member position is kind of like an aid to Ascom. They're not a voting member. We are putting some procedures about how we vote them in because before it was just there really wasn't any responsibility or anything put with it. They just attended a couple meetings and we voted them in. Now we're going to have a proper application and kind of a resume, and we're all going to vote them in. But I heard what you said about them being a separate entity and kind of their own entity. So how would that work with us? So we vote them in officially, and then are they their own organization to
I think it's
conduct
different.
meetings or?
Auxiliary members is different than auxiliary organization, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So the auxiliary organization is another entity, that's another club out there, right? It's another entity.
Not the members.
Oh, not the members of
No,
Ascom.
members is different.
Yeah.
But so the member that's in the auxiliary, they're part of your member, but they're also part of this auxiliary, right? They're one of your members.
So we don't have an auxiliary
We don't.
organization.
Yeah, we don't have an auxiliary
Okay.
organization.
Yeah.
No,
right.
an auxiliary organ is actually a separate
Yeah, we don't
legal
have that.
entity, club, but it's its own entity, raising money, own bank account, own audit, own
And what do they
everything. Raise money for the same purposes.
For
You
Ascom?
do-
Or
no,
for
for the
We used
college.
to have the state senate separate
Yeah,
from
the
right.
Senate.
So it used to be two.
A lot of times
different-
you'll hear the term foundation instead, or booster club in
Oh,
K-12.
I see. Yes.
Those are the same as auxiliary.
Okay.
Or they're raising money for the same students and the same entity, but they are separately legal.
Right.
So I think that the term is confusing here, right?
Yes, because we have our own auxiliary
We
members.
should
Call
probably
them
consider
auxiliary members.
renaming that. We should just, I would call them non-voting members.
Instead of auxiliary
Yeah,
members.
only because if there is,
It's a cause confusion here.
Yeah.
If there's a group that ever wants to become, per the ed code, an actual auxiliary
Auxiliary.
organization, that might be very
So
confusing.
we could, let's rename them.
Let's
That's a
talk
great
about
idea.
that. Maybe
Yeah.
not non-voting
well,
members.
yeah.
It's very negative.
Well, I know.
I
You
I
don't
think
get
with
to
no
vote.
authority, no, I'm
Yeah,
just
totally.
kidding.
Second
Right.
class members, second
Um,
class citizens.
Yeah, the class system. Oh God, look at us.
I know.
Weird.
It's a good idea though.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
know.
call it
Yeah.
something else, because if it caused confusion with us, it's gonna, so,
Absolutely.
yeah.
I know.
No, call
Yeah.
it something else, because
Okay.
an auxiliary
We'll rename
organization
them.
is a legal
Yeah.
something that could happen,
Sure.
and I'm not suggesting it's a good thing, but it can.
Okay. Minions.
You mentioned in your slides
Mi-
that
Minions.
people from the
I
public
love
aren't required to submit any information. In our meetings, we always write the public's names down. We require. Do we need to do that? Because we ask them for their name.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing to ask, but if they say, I refuse to say, they refuse to say.
Oh,
In the Brown Act, they're not required to.
Most
But you can.
most meetings do write down
Yeah.
who's talking. In K-12 all the time, they even ask, your address,
Wow.
because they want to know what school their kid probably goes to. Because remember,
Oh, yeah.
if you think
Right.
about like Petaluma World,
Right.
right? There's so many schools, so then they try to figure out, okay, what school is that? So, but they don't have to fill it out.
Yeah.
So when we're asking for their names, should we also inform them that they don't have to give
No.
the information to us?
I wouldn't. No.
No,
But
don't give
Yeah.
too many options.
Too many. Yeah.
No, it's a good question, but I wouldn't, no, because then you're gonna have everyone stop giving names
Right.
altogether. So then if you're gonna do that, you might as well just stop asking names,
Right.
because they'll stop.
Mhm.
But I don't think it's a bad thing to ask names, because especially if someone has a real issue, you want to know their name, so hopefully then you can follow up with the person.
Absolutely.
If someone has a real complaint, so if they're not giving their name, it's gonna be hard to follow up.
And that's part of our procedure for auxiliary members anyhow. So for people that attend the meeting, that's how we keep track of them.
Right.
Yeah.
But if they refuse to say, they refuse to say, and that's
Sure.
okay too.
It could be anonymous until edited.
I would like to say, whenever people don't want to give their name at a meeting and they have a lot to say, anonymous doesn't work very well. If somebody's not really willing to give their name at their viewpoint, to me, it doesn't mean as much. But
Oh, if they're
that's
gonna
my personal
complain,
opinion.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've gotten a lot of hate mail, and if somebody isn't willing to sign their name, it doesn't mean anything to me. Seriously.
Well, they're cowards to not
Yeah.
be upfront and
And
formal.
one of my bosses taught me that once. If they don't sign their name, just throw it away.
Right on.
Yeah.
So, what do you just love my life? All the hate mail. Do you feel so sorry for me?
Do you have a helmet you put on when you?
Don't laugh, because I have on purpose done that to some meetings. I have a helmet as a joke.
Just like.
I've also had security guard.
Your skin is probably so thick at
It
this
is
point,
at this
right?
point.
Yeah,
And my
right.
kids try all the time too, and it's like, not working, kids.
Oh, poor kids.
Yeah. Not working.
I have a question about this.